Mephisto, purest smash, turns of hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that East.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubarak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5.
And it does knock them all up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to twitch.tv/MurdaRG, and we got some more NGS playoff action for you tonight. We're moving up to Division A West, where we got Phoenix Rising Ruby, the number 2 seed, up against the home squad for me, ReGen Retro, the number 3 seed, and once again I'm joined by my man Stoic. How are you doing, my friend?
Good. I'm excited to get into this game and then get to bed.
I gotta get to bed too. It's late here on the East Coast. 11 o'clock for all of you guys out there on the East Coast. Thank you for staying up late with us. A quick thank you, some housekeeping here. We had Jasillo dropping 100 bits, and then a couple subscriptions, one from Arrow, one from Melly. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Actually, I think Arrow's casting the other Division A West semifinal right now. So if you want to simulcast these or watch both at the same time, head on over to twitch.tv/ArrowRG. Of course, we hope you stay here as well, because this one is going to be fantastic. Both these teams split the season series. They played against each other twice already, and each walked away with their own victory.
Yeah, it'll be the best of 3 of best of 3s tonight. See who moves forward.
The rubber match, so to speak. But this is the one that counts, Stoic.
It's true. This all the marbles.
All the marbles. The winner of tonight's matchup, of course, will be going on to the Coastal Finals here. Let's bring up the bracket. You can see Phoenix Rising Ruby and ReGen Retro in that bottom left-hand quadrant. Up in that top left-hand quadrant, it's the Tainted Orphans up against the Minion Miners. Once again, that's taking place over at twitch.tv/ArrowRG right now if you want to tune in. But for now, we're going to be watching the number 2 versus the number 3 seed here, and I am very excited to see who's going to advance tonight.
Yeah, these teams have played each other a couple of times very recently, and we'll see if they've most recently winning was Phoenix Rising Ruby. They dominated ReGen Retro, so we'll see if Retro has cooked up some new strats to come back and take this series.
Yeah, and the win for ReGen Retro, if I'm not mistaken, came in week number 1 up against Phoenix Rising Ruby. So it was a long time ago, and that was a 2-1 victory. It wasn't an easy one for them either. So technically, if you're looking at the map score, Phoenix Rising Ruby a bit better over ReGen Retro.
That's true. A little bit of a best of 9 over here.
We are waiting on one more player to show up in our lobby. I think it's Oltanian, longtime ReGen member. Hopefully no computer issues there. We are 2 minutes past our official kickoff time, so hang tight with us. We'll try to delay and chat with you guys at home. If you are out there right now and you're watching, let us know who you're here rooting for. Let us know your thoughts on the matchup. Who do you think is going to walk away moving on to the Coastal Finals here? Neo Purple One asking, are those gamer glasses? Yes, of course they are. Why would I wear them if they weren't?
What are gamer glasses?
I think like those gunners. You ever see Michael Udall used to wear them?
Oh, the yellow ones.
The yellow ones, yeah. No, these are not them. These are like $2 pair of glasses. Stoics, yours are probably a little bit more expensive. They look nice.
Thanks. I have, I'm ready for the shade swap, so I have all 3 of my black sunglasses here ready to go.
They're all black. Like, you get new glasses, you're like, I think I need another pair of black glasses.
Well, it's New York, man. You got to fit in.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You can't be caught wearing anything other than black in New York.
I gotcha.
Or else you're a tourist.
Well, yeah, I'm a tourist. Still no sign of Oltanian. we do have everyone here from Phoenix Rising. The good old Phoenix Rising versus ReGen matchup. You know, hey Kofi, if you're out there, I know you're here last time we played. Welcome if you are. If not, hopefully someone out there can ping Kofi and say, get your butt in here. Ruby's playing in the semifinals against Retro. I think we're ready to go. Please confirm lobby mode settings. Yes, these look good. They look good. Okay, looks like we're starting. Stoic, are you ready?
I'm ready. Going into one of my favorite maps to watch.
Yeah.
Dragonshire.
I didn't mention our maps yet. Of course, yeah, we're heading into Dragonshire for map number 1. And then let me quickly tell you what happened during our map ban phase. It was Phoenix Rising Ruby, of course, as the higher seed tonight, had the option of first pick or map pick. They chose first pick here in this first draft. You can see them already on the clock with their first ban. So ReGen Retro, they banned away Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom. And Phoenix Rising Ruby, they banned away Infernal Shrines and Cursed Hollow. And of course, map number 1 we do see is Dragonshire, as chosen by ReGen Retro. So with 20 seconds left on this first ban, we'll see what Ruby has up their sleeve.
Yeah, you know, Dragonshire is a map that's been banned by Phoenix Rising Ruby multiple times this season. We'll see if that 4 times actually, almost up there with Braxton's holdout with 5. See if they have if this is a map they don't feel particularly strong on. Tassadar is a first ban. Solid on that point control as he gets so much damage.
And we do have a follow coming in. This one from Sparky NGP. Thank you for being here this evening, and welcome to the RG family. Tassadar and Johanna have been banned, and there's a quick one now onto Garrosh.
Tank pool is getting limited.
So they ban out ETC, perhaps?
They could return in kind.
I mean, if they don't ban ETC, their options will be severely choked out if you're ReGen Retro.
It's true, but if they ban ETC,
they'll leave open like a Cassia, who's so good right now.
It's true. If they ban ETC, I think Cassia's the play. That's what my words were struggling to say.
Hey, we're helping each other. So the Johanna rule gone, the Cassia rule gone. Now we're going to have a true opinion from you later on.
Ouch. That hurts.
Hey, I got you.
It's true. Maybe they'll pick a Rainer and I'll have to choose that.
Well, we got Jasillo, the captain this evening for Phoenix Rising Ruby, making this decision, and as I thought, ETC being available, the best tank available, quickly selected for Afterburn.
Ooh, Greyman into ETC. Nice Cursed Bullet for a frequently standing still target.
I'm not checking in.
On to back it up.
Okay. Well, they're going to get that nano boost on a target later on. We'll see if they have a mage selection they want to pair in with that for Oltanian. With the ETC already showing for Phoenix Rising Ruby, did they want to go ahead and grab their support now or potentially risk getting it banned out? Yes, they do. They want that Rhaegar. And for Jasillo, it will be the deer. Not the one that's in League of Legends. I don't know if you saw that this week. All right, this is Lunara. She was here first, okay?
League of Legends announced a Lunara hero?
It's a copy-paste of Lunara, from what I can tell.
Oh, that's funny. They're running out of ideas.
It's a Dryad. It's a, poison. Like, it's basically Lunara.
Tier 1 supports for both teams. Tier 1 tank for Phoenix Rising. Will ReGen be able to find a tank that can stand up to ETC?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to get to see at least some of the damage already with that Lunara showing. Does that change their opinion? Maybe going into something like a Muradin, who has a sturdy health pool that Lunara can't necessarily get an easy kill on. Yeah, I don't really know what angle they want to go with that. The stuns of a Muradin could be nice with the Greymane. You get the stun, you get the Cursed Bullet, you get the kill. But we'll see. They got a couple chances here to pick this tank. They don't necessarily need it right now.
Yeah, that's true. They will need to think about some interrupts for Mosh, with Li Ming being off the table. ETC could just wait out the Ana Sleep Dart or just slide onto the Ana Sleep Dart.
Well, there's the Nano Boost target, and they want a solo lane hero for Aaron. It's going to be Rexar.
Ooh. we forgot our Rexar on a map like Dragonshire, and it looks like Phoenix Rising might have as well. Rexar, a very scary hero in that top lane, able to just sit up there with the bear and hold it forever almost.
Ooh, it's going to leave open Mephisto for purple. And still waiting on the solo lane selection for Mixels. A few different ways they can go playing against the bear. We'll see what they end up choosing. It'll be Imperious. I think this is one of the better selections.
Definitely. Imperious also nice that he can use his little Q to go over the wall if he ever needs to get there real quick.
And shout out in chat, finally here, Covey, what is up? Glad to have you in attendance this evening. The old Murda versus Covey in the playoffs. We'll see who walks away with the win. Zammy gonna go with the Varian. They want the true Div A experience here. Taunt Varian. This is something that we used to see a lot in Season 8. Not as much during Season 9. But we're in the playoffs. It's time to pull it out, baby.
Yeah, you know, Taunt Varian's interesting pick into a Rhaegar that has Cleanse. Maybe the Rhaegar's going to be trying to be the target here. But they definitely have a nice follow-up with that. They have the Taunt, they have the Gravity Lapse from Kel'Thas, they have the Sleep Dart from Ana. All of that CC chain can leave Greymane a lot of time to close out on a kill.
Well, I just opened up our Game 1 poll. Who's going to walk away with this map victory on Dragonshire? Will it be Phoenix Rising or will it be ReGen? Two of the bigger organizations in NGS having a big battle here tonight in Division A West, the semifinal round. The number 2 seed versus the number 3 seed. And let's load on in with a pause. Okay.
Does ReGen have any other dogs in the fight left?
No, this is the last ReGen team still alive this season.
Big one for ReGen here.
Looks like it is a bio break.
Interesting.
Okay, well, hey, let's switch back here. Let's keep talking to these guys.
If I'm not mistaken, I think bio break is outside the rules of a pause.
His kitchen is on fire, it says now. So is that against the rules?
Oh.
Someone left a pizza in the oven, perhaps? Hopefully
Also,
that's not the case.
I also think kitchen on fire is not in the rules as an acceptable pause reason.
If my kitchen's on fire, you better believe I'm putting down the game and gonna get the fire extinguisher.
That might be true, but I don't know if you're allowed to pause. I think the rule is pauses can only be for technical difficulties. Not that this is going to matter. These teams are going to nitpick there, but let's see.
So let's look at these heroes in the matchup. How do you feel the Taunt Varian's going to stack up against a couple nimble heroes, like maybe the Mephisto? Will they be able to find value during that shade on the back end of it? Is something like Leaping Strikes Lunara going to be grabbable at all? Your thoughts, Stoic?
Yeah, here's what I think. I think that if Phoenix Rising plays this right, ETC will be the only damage dealer. I mean, the only person that would be in range of the Varian. The other ones, I imagine he takes Block Party as well to give himself a little bit more of that survivability. But he's not in any threat until level 4. But by level 7, Rhaegar picks up Cleanse. And as long as Lunara and Mephisto stay away from bushes or have good vision, which Lunara does have because of the Wisp, I think that Rhaegar should be able to get ETC out of this if things get a little too scary.
Well, would you like to introduce our blue team this evening?
Oh, I will do the blue team this team. The blue team, Phoenix Rising Ruby. Phoenix Rising Ruby. Justillo playing Lunara. Afterburn on ETC. Purple playing Mephisto. Danilor playing Rhaegar. And Mixels on Imperious. Phoenix Rising Ruby, the blue team.
And over on the red side, the number 3 seed here in Division A West, we got the captain Zamibars playing that frontline Taunt Varian. Altanian's going to be on the Ana. There's Aaron playing the Rexar and Misha. Splash on the Kel'Thas. And Melly on the Greymane. Give it up for ReGen Retro.
In the bottom lane, excellent use of the Wisp as Lunara uses to soak 2 tower shots as the blue team has taken out an entire wall and tower within the first 20 seconds.
Oh boy.
Before the lightning even strikes.
Quick moves there from our blue side. Still calling out hero intros. And already one of the towers is down that sidewall as well, which means that Fountain is now exposed. If they're able to sneak around and maybe pick that off, would be a huge pickup for them as well. Now ETC onto this other tower, power slide through the Varian, who's not yet a hero until level 4, going to have a lot of trouble in the early game.
Wow, I mean, they are creating a commanding position for them to hold this bottom Moon Shrine during the first objective phase.
Well, we get our second strike of lightning, and it looks like Phoenix Rising ready to re-engage onto this tower, already getting it down below 50% health. Lunara trying to get some more strikes, but here comes ETC, a lot of trouble for him. Down to 10% health, but power slides away to safety and will survive through it all.
Yeah, they're just taking advantage of their opponents playing a Varia. A taunt there would have completely secured the kill onto ETC, but before level 4, as you said, he's not a full hero.
So they got the wall, they got a tower, and this other tower sitting at, maybe 7% health right now. Very low, so at any moment they're able to just walk in here and finish that thing off. And both teams now with their Siege Giants in lane are going to try to stall this one out if you're ReGen Retro, but I think maybe if you're Phoenix Rising, maybe that'll help. Yeah, picking off the Kael'thas at mid. Big lead already on the kills and the structure stone.
Yeah, they came out here with a plan, and they've executed here. Rhaegar holding the top with the bear, but Misha, but Mixels with that damage from Imperius forcing Misha off for a moment. Blue team now has channel, but they'll lose it back to the Rexar. Rexar is just so powerful on these point control maps.
They're definitely getting this tower. There goes some damage from Lunara, and it is down. Now she's looking at that fountain. But Justillo gonna have to start backing up because Zamibars has a taunt. They are level 4. There's the flame strike at the feet of the deer, and she has fallen. First kill of the game for ReGen Retro. Maybe looking for more with Rhaegar trying to retreat.
Wow, incredible damage there. Good follow up with the Kael'thas just absolutely deleting cooked venison. That's what that was.
Splash very low as the back off the point. Zambi now with another taunt. There's the sleep dart as well. Flame strike, ETC in trouble. Power slide away with that healing reduction on. They get the kill. Nice work from Greymane diving in deep, but will pay with his life. Now Rhaegar's very low. 3 seconds from a taunt for Zamibars. Does he have it here? Yes, he does. Is there any follow-up? No, because Mephisto with the response. Purple picking up the kill on Kael'thas yet again.
That counter kill so clutch here as it prevented the red team from having that number advantage to get the channel. They were looking at it in that mid lane with Rexar. But now, just like that, if Imperius can force off the bear, Mephisto is looking at it, not going to actually make his way to that middle lane.
Greymane getting back down into this lane, as well as ETC back from their death is Afterburn and Melly. There's the power slide through Ana. She's in a lot of trouble. Slow to run away, but the taunt's going to save her for now. Good work from Zamibars using that heroic as a peel. Going to keep their support player alive. Oltanian saying thank you.
These teams in a little bit of a stall. It looks like Rexar will significantly hold the top lane. Cleanse from Rhaegar on ETC allows him to survive. Boops the other team back.
Well, Stoic, we got to see it there, the first use of Cleanse. It's going to be a very important talent selected by Rhaegar here in this matchup. Danalore is going to have a lot of pressure to make sure those taunt targets are able to stay alive. But, you know, Cleanse on cooldown, that's not going to help ETC that time. Another nice pickup. This taunt is working. 3 kills already for ReGen Retro.
Yeah, you know, Taunt Varian, they're able to confirm these kills after Varian finds the target. Excellent work, and they're just going to have to play around Cleanse. As we saw it there. Here's Taunt, and there's the blow-up. Excellent play.
They're just
I would love to be in comms right now.
Like, hold your abilities, every taunt, then use them. Really good discipline so far from Retro. Especially out of the Kael'thas. Splash doing really well here in the early portion. Now looking for the first Dragon Knight of the game. They have multiple heroes rotating towards the statue. Can Aaron get the channel? No. Nice interrupt there by ETC. And with the bottom shrine being recontrolled by Lunara, this will be stalled out just a little bit further.
Yeah, I imagine Blue should make this base in this bottom fort, especially with no wall up for the red team. But again, there's a taunt, even onto ETC, with no healing coming out. He's gone. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, even getting the use from Ana with that healing grenade, but Melly, look at that, very low. Healing Dart does connect onto Greymane, will survive for now. Zamibars with no mana is going to have to head back to base, and this could be stalled out for just a minute. We do see the Imperius made the rotation all the way down to the bottom lane, so Rexar has a little bit of control over the top right now, so no threat of a Dragon Knight, at least for the time being.
Yeah, after an early lead there, it's now ReGen Retro with the level 10 advantage and an almost full level lead here.
I mean, they're killing almost every target they find with this taunt. Now looking at another one, there's Lunara, Cursed Bullet, a quick kill. And no cleanse came out that time. It was not really in range for Rhaegar. Varian's still going to press in here, try to keep this ETC lock in. Afterburn needs to be careful. 1 second away from that taunt with Zammy.
Wow.
And now 7-3 is the kill count, and Retro starting to take control of this game number 1.
That nano boost on Kael'thas allowed him to get off 2 gravity lapses, confirming that kill onto Rhaegar. Excellent work there. Quite impressive.
The only thing
Also
saving
the
the day
clever
right now is this Imperius up top, holding this top shrine against Rexar. But here comes Kael'thas, going to look for the 2v1 attack onto Mixels. Charged through by Misha. There's the gravity lapse and the flame strike at the feet. Angelic Armament's popped, and the spear over the wall is going to keep Mixels alive. And that's enough time for Phoenix Rising Ruby to reset this one.
Yeah, does ReGen Retro have enough damage without Kael'thas to actually punish a target? It looks like Zambivar's is playing conservative there with that taunt, not wanting to engage 3v4. Smart move, I think, of that one.
They do have this 1-level lead, but here goes Phoenix Rising trying to steal away a siege camp. Kael'thas is going to walk by. ETC is going to see this. There's the power slide, double leaping strikes and splash. Did not see that one coming.
So unfortunate. Also, not having his level 1 quest completed means he doesn't have that large shield from the Mana Addict. Varian stunned here. ETC finds the Mosh on 1 target, but that's all he needs. Durance of Hate to follow up. They are getting revenge on Varian, but Eltanian doing an excellent job keeping him alive. Taunt goes out of the ETC. Zamibars will escape, but that was a...
Eltanian just did everything he needed to do perfectly in that fight.
Zamibars is alive.
He hit the heal grenade, and then a bunch of heal darts. The sleeps connected multiple times, but look at this. 2 shrines in possession of Phoenix Rising, ETC on the channel, and that'll be the first Dragon Knight of the game over to Phoenix Rising Ruby.
Wow. So it was enough. Even though they didn't get the kill on Varian, and it took them Mosh, they got this first Dragon Knight, and they'll be able to follow up the damage they started before the first minute mark, taking down this bottom 4.
Well, they did all that without their level 13 talents. Really, a lot of credit goes over to the quick pick onto Kael'thas when he was rotating down while they were taking that siege camp. Now a nice taunt onto Mephisto, but he was shaded through, so after the shade expired, he's back on the other end. There's the Durance of Hate connecting onto Varian. Can Zammy make it out? Looks like he will, and they will end up saving this fort as well. ETC trying to get away and does make it out.
Hero slain.
Taunt now onto ETC, a double kill because Mephisto died as well. 9-4 is the lead for ReGen Retro, but they weren't able to get that DK, so they're still unable to get any siege damage in on structures.
Yeah, this is what an interesting game here. ReGen just absolutely murdering the blue team. But the blue team's still, like, between these kills, finding good damage, getting the wall. This fort's almost down. Structures are in favor of Phoenix Rising.
Finally on some structures is Greymane. There goes Melly. We'll get the first of 2 towers here in the bottom lane. Giants are here as well. Nice cleanse from Rhaegar. Going to keep Jasillo alive. Here comes Purple now with the Mephisto trying to shade in. Does get some damage spread out onto ReGen Retro. Afterburn now walking in with this. ETC has the mosh pit if he wants to do it. There's the Bloodlust in chase now is Rhaegar. ETC as well with Varian, the one hero stuck out. Might be able to get away and does. Charges to a friendly target and makes it out. Here comes the Boars from the flanking position. Rexar has joined the fray. Zammy now charging in with the taunt. And another kill for ReGen Retro. Oh my god.
Absolute massacre here. ETC wanted to find a Mosh there so bad, but couldn't find the perfect one. Oh,
My beloved is
you hate to see it.
his power remains. Control
Well,
the
there are a
shrines
couple camps
and
on the
make
map
use
right
of
now.
it.
Both of our bruiser camps here on the left and right hand side of our maps. But ReGen Retro not yet looking at theirs. We do see Phoenix Rising picking theirs up as the shrine is about to activate 13 seconds away. But let's resume action down in the bottom lane as we do see Retro able to steal away the fountain from Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, you know, if that Bruiser Camp does not get a lot of value top,
Control both
the
shrines.
price was the bottom well.
Dragon Knight's power.
Here comes Varian again, gravity lapse with the cursed bullet, time after time, working to perfection. Ultanian going to be able to keep Kael'Thas alive here, but there's the mosh pit, interrupted by a gravity lapse, but Varian right into that Durance of Hate. Excuse me, that was Greymane into the Durance of Hate. Big spear now from Imperius, going to get the kill onto Melly. But in the other direction, Mixels needs to be careful, starting to fall low. Purple trying to get the finish on Ana, but Ultanian still on his feet. And Mephisto shading into a fort will end up falling.
Wow, Ana here working overtime. Active reload getting value as Ana is just, her team won't die. She will not let them die. There with Imperius now in the ball. Yeah,
13 to 5 the kill count, and look at Splash, 9 of those on Kael'Thas. You have to also credit this Greymane who's able to get this cursed bullet now past level 10, and every single time they're with the taunt, it seems like they are locked in with the combo each time. Top Shrine, the Sun Shrine, in possession of ReGen Retro. Down in the bottom, Varian gonna gain control of the Moon Shrine, but no one at mid currently for ReGen Retro. Will they rotate targets up? Looks like ETC's ready to go here. We'll stay quiet, see if can catch out this Varian a bit. Instead, gonna try to chase down Ana. There's a spear onto Zami Bars. Purple now gonna charge in, but nothing yet, Stone.
Yeah, Zamibar is using his charge there to reposition the taunt on the ETC to make sure he couldn't disrupt. So many abilities getting used here, and the red team looks completely healthy. Rexar has an easy hold on the top. Now there's a 4v5, or a 4v4, excuse me, in the mid lane.
Rexar rotating down, does have the boars if he's looking for a fight, but the bottom beacon just grabbed over by Imperius. Mixels made the rotation down to slow down ReGen Retro, but there's still Siege Giants in the face here. About to walk in onto that fort. Here comes an engage over the Bruiser, excuse me, the Siege Camp. Big bloodlust, gonna keep everyone from Phoenix Rising Ruby alive for now. Melly able to disengage, but walking right into a 3-man mosh pit. ETC's gonna get a kill for the team on Varian, but pays with his own life. Imperius down as well, a double kill for ReGen Retro, as they're able to get everyone else out of the fight. It is a 1 for 2. I think the bear fell.
Two
2 for 1.5.
It looked like ETC had an enormous mosh, but ETC was the first to fall. Crazy. So much. The kill targets are just always on point. All the damage going onto the same character here from ReGen Retro. I'm very impressed.
Well, Mephisto's heading up to the top, trying to stall this out even further. Retro still unable to get any of these Dragon Knights here in this game number 1. We've only seen 1 DK so far. We're 13:45 in on Dragonshire. So it's been slow cooking on the objectives, but oh boy, we are boiling over with kills.
Yeah, and you know what? All structures still up. Ooh, Kael'Thas in a little bit of trouble here. If ETC and Mixels were to come down.
Oh, Sleep Dart didn't connect. Melly's in a lot of trouble here. I don't think he gets out. No, he doesn't. Yep. Zami now trying to retreat. Splash is just going to heart. There's a Durance of Hate. Can they finish off Zami? Not yet. Yes, they will.
You know what? This could be a snowball. Even behind on kills, blue team can push down this. You know what? But look at Rexar on the top lane. What am I saying? Going to take down a fort. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade in forts there.
Got to start thinking about being careful, though. Aaron's going to start retreating as they don't have vision on the rest of the heroes from Phoenix Rising right now. You see finally Imperius trying to clear up that camp a little bit too late on the fort. It does fall. Now some vision onto Rhaegar and Mephisto. Aaron with an idea of what's going on here in the top lane.
Wow, you know what? Like, getting those 2 clutch kills, and still it feels like Phoenix Rising is trying to chase around the map to catch up.
Uh-oh. Sleep Dart connects. The grandma is going to be able to sneak away, but not before Phoenix Rising is able to grab their 2nd Dragon Knight of the game. They're marching it to the top lane? I
think they want to make Rexar's life a little bit harder here. They're investing in future Dragon Knights, I think is what this is.
Okay, well, the response is here from ReGen Retro. Already getting that Dragon Knight down to 73% health. Fort still standing with all of its health, but the wall is going to fall. Zami now here with this Varian getting booted away quickly by Mixels inside that Dragon Knight. Fort's still healthy. They're going to rotate down now. Just 45 seconds left on the timer.
They're being extremely conservative here, not wanting to waste the health bars in the Dragonite. Going to use these abilities and stutter step a little bit to try and dodge. Maybe he can get this wall.
Yeah, they want the fountains at least. They got all of them. Just the fountains at the keep still standing.
So fountain advantage is now in favor of Phoenix Rising Ruby. They're going to wait out these last 10 seconds of this Dragonite.
And they want that level 20. They just got it.
Oh. We should be looking at an explosive fight coming up in just a moment here.
Here's the taunt quickly onto the Imperious. Quick kill onto him as well. Shield coming out from Rhaegar, going to keep the rest of the team alive. Zammy's the one in here stuck inside that mosh pit from ETC. Afterburn now trying to come in again, but Zammy looking for another taunt just 2 seconds away. Didn't have it. Needs some healing from Ana as now Kael'thas under some pressure. Gravity laps right in the face of ETC. Durance of Hate gonna whiff. And we had 1 kill apiece. Imperious for Greymane and another camp steal coming out from Phoenix Rising.
Wow, you know that both teams had the exact same idea. When the dragon ends, we're gonna fight. Neither team really walking away with what they wanted here. Splash in a little bit of possible trouble. Nope, he'll be safe. He'll have the ability to walk back. 44 globes in that Mana Addict quest. An absolutely enormous shield for Kael'thas.
Really the only thing keeping him alive in that last engagement. Splash able to stay on his feet with the help of that Mana Addict shield. Will be another camp trying to be grabbed here by Phoenix Rising. They want the bottom lane Bruiser camp. I think this is the first time in the game they've been able to walk in this pit and grab this.
Yep, they can thank Splash for getting that mage minion down earlier. Now both teams in a little bit precarious position. Imperious separated. There's a 5v4 in favor of ReGen Retro. If they find the taunt, the cleanse is there with a living bomb value. Good dodge from ETC, but Purple getting so absolutely erased there as health bar. Imperious has now made it down, but it is still a 5v4.
This should end up being a free fort here for ReGen Retro, but can they get more? I don't know if they necessarily want it. Shrines are active in 10 seconds, and without Mephisto on the map, they will have a bit of a power play opportunity. 17-9 is the kill count now, with 11 of them belonging to Kael'thas. On the opposite end, leading the way is Mephisto with 2.5.
Wow. So many kills here. Red team grabbing this bottom shrine. Blue, as a 4-man, gonna grab this top shrine. But
look at Lunara's Wisp, giving so much information.
Yeah.
Leaping Strike's gonna keep her unstoppable over top of the Varian. Here come the Boars. Really long way they're gonna run, and they won't quite reach any heroes, but they do find the ETC Afterburn all by himself. And now it's 64 seconds without their main tank. What can ReGen Retro get done from here? They want that DK, but the deer hopping all the way down to the bottom lane. Jasillo's gonna stall this one out.
Yeah, I think they just play this ring around the rosy. Jasillo didn't want to go too far, just knew that they just needed to stop this. They're gonna re-rotate around, avoid this Varian, who just needs a way to close that gap.
The Dragon Knight shall reduce.
Channel goes to the red team. ReGen Retro looking to take the first keep of this game.
They're going to stop off at this mid lane fort first, it appears. They bit behind on structures. They were able to get that top lane fort earlier with Rexar and a Bruiser camp, but a few swipes from the DK, and now still a minute 15 left and 95% on the health bar. Looking really good to be able to get this keep down. But not if Purple's been able to do that double Lightning Nova. Look how strong it is, already sending it down to 60%. They don't even have this wall down. Still one of these towers standing as well.
The Boar root is out. Zambibars is diving in. He looks, he finds the root. There's a huge Durance of Hate locking Zambibars down, but he's completely full health again. And now he's back low.
Maj pit on the backside, interrupted by Gravity Labs. There's the shield coming out from Rhaegar. Booting away the deer is the Dragon Knight. Still no kills in the fight, but Aaron's falling very low. Rexar is down. ETC still standing. Can he clean this up? Melly trying to get anything he can and will be able to pick up one there. It's a 3-for-1 in favor of Phoenix Rising with Ana about to fall as well. A quad kill and 50-second death timer should be enough to get a keep down and potentially close out game number 1.
Wow. These Dragon Knights have not been the deciding factor. It has been the fight immediately after. In this case here. Wow. You know, I think this shows with what Phoenix Rising has is Kael'thas gets rooted here, and Endurance of Hate Splash is going to fall. No shield is going to help him live through that much damage. You know, the team fight goes in favor of the blue, while the individual pickoff is just so strong from the red team here. They're going to have 15 seconds on core.
Yeah, 10 seconds till Rexar is the first hero to spawn. I don't think there's enough time. I think this is just going to be it. Will Phoenix Rising Ruby walk away with the win on Dragonshire? Core shielding is down. Here come the Boars trying to stall them out as long as possible. More heroes spawning now. Here comes Greymane. Curse Bullet onto ETC trying to finish off. Yeah, they do. Angelic Armaments going on to multiple heroes. They're going to target them at the core. 15%, 12%, 10%. GG. Game number 1 in heroic fashion there at the end. Going to go over to Phoenix Rising Ruby.
Wow. Mephisto Mimic getting so much value on the core there. Absolutely crazy. Both of those Lightning Novas just do so much damage.
Yeah, exactly. Late game, level 20 pickup for Mephisto. One of the stronger talents to grab in terms of sieging in the late portion of these games. And Purple walking away with the top hero damage in the game, 112k, and really credited for that final push and being able to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely incredible. The damage from the red team was significantly lower. Kael'thas being just under 80,000. Their damage happened so fast. You know, it was hard for Kael'thas to get it. He could never have caught up to Mephisto because when Kael'thas was dealing damage, you know, the heroes were dying. But here Mephisto getting so much value in these level 20 fights, keeping all of ReGen Retro just so soft and squishy, which ultimately allowed that steamroll onto the court.
Well, we're going to be taking a very short break as we help these captains set up game number 2. We have a quick word from our NGS sponsors. We'll see you back here in about 2 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Game number 1 is in the books. Phoenix Rising Ruby currently on top 1-0 in this best of 3 set. Stoic, what are your thoughts about that game number 1?
I was very impressed. You know, from that beginning, the bookends of that match were definitely Phoenix Rising Ruby with the deciding to bully the Varian before he got taunt, and then ending with that steamroll team fight onto the core. But the middle of the game was dominated by ReGen Retro. That was so... I mean, the Varian play and the follow-up damage and the ability chain just felt so clean.
Yeah, definitely a practice comp. I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to draw out some Varian bans for the rest of the night. You know, we were talking about the bans on the tanks in the early portion of our draft. We had Johanna taken away, the Garrosh taken away, an early pick on ETC. I was like, did they go into like a Muradin? What do they do? I completely forgot about Varian and Division A.
Yeah, you know, in my mind, there's these like the 3 tanks are like Johanna, ETC, and May, with, you know, followed up by Garrosh and Mal'Ganis. But like Varian in the right hands, in the right comp at the right time, can be extremely scary.
For sure. So to fill in everyone at home, we are currently waiting for Phoenix Rising to make a lobby. Looks like we just got it. And they're going to be sending us into Volskaya Foundry. So a bit different from Dragonshire. We're going to be fighting over points this time instead of beacons. How do you think that changes up the matchup?
You know, I think a lot of the match we watched was the teams having to, you know, Phoenix Rising having to respond to Rexar and then being in a position where they were kind of in danger as they needed to either let Rexar go or, you know, kind of sacrifice their 4-man. This is a much more deathball-y time where there's going to be the offlaners kind of do their own thing. I mean, I think the Varian could work here again. It's a little bit more scary as there are longer, more drawn-out team fights, so I don't expect to see him here. But on a map with lots of rotations, it could happen.
I'm fully expecting the Varian ban, or at least consideration to play around it a bit more this time from Phoenix Rising Ruby. I think that's like a one and done. Like, they tried it, it didn't pay off. Of course, they were pretty impressive with it. But without the win, do they have another chance at a win? I think the answer to that is going to be no with the Varian.
Yeah, that's a good point. That I'm forgetting that they did not even win with that. It was such a strong mid game. It's hard to like process that they didn't confirm a victory there. I mean, excellent play by Phoenix Rising to pull that W there. Wow, you know, yeah, Varian probably won't be here in this game.
I mean, the Mephisto late game from Purple, able to kill that Dragon Knight so quickly with the Mimic, and then walk down the other side of the field, blitz down that keep, and then the core. I mean, that's a level 20 talent that essentially won the entire game for him.
Yeah, I mean, doubling Mephisto's damage is absolutely absurd. And I think that Mephisto maybe could be a hero here that finds a ban, as he can get so much value as the teams want to group on these, you know, control points. Mephisto, a hero that could be a big player in game number 2.
Yeah, I agree. Will he draw any bans? That's possible. Which means we might end up seeing some of these other heroes. We saw the Li Ming and Orphea bans. And if we're talking about mages, those are the ones we're going to start seeing potentially being picked up if Mephisto does get taken out. Looks like we were going into a standard draft. Hold on. Team 2. Okay, there we go. Looks like we're ready. Looks good, looks good. All right, captain's agreeing it looks good. So, without any further ado, welcome in to Volskaya Foundry.
Volskaya Industries.
ReGen Retro is going to have first pick. We'll see what they're thinking of doing here. This will allow them to try and flex their ban chops and see if they can work their draft to give them a hyper carry hero, somebody who's going to top those damage charts. We'll see what happens.
Welcome in chat. Sparhawks is here asking how was the first game. Hopefully you just heard our bit of a recap there, but it was pretty much all ReGen Retro all throughout with the help of a Taunt Varian. They had the Greymane and the Kael'thas's damage. But It was a late game fight won by Phoenix Rising Ruby. Taking out 4 heroes was more than enough for them to end up winning on Dragonshire. Now a respect ban coming out from Retro onto the Mephisto.
Yeah, Mephisto dealt so much damage there. But, you know, Sparhawk and anyone else, definitely check out that game number 1 if you're looking for some taunt variant play. It's definitely something to emulate the incredible damage and CC follow-ups. I'm sure that was a effective practice. Cassia ban here, no surprise. It's hard to let a team first pick a Cassia.
Second ban now. Do they continue taking out the Johanna? ReGen Retro banned it out in game number 1. They also banned out the Cassia, but you see her already taken away. Got to imagine if they're not wanting the Johanna for themselves, a good spot here to take her away. Perhaps allow them to lead off with that gray main like they did in game number 1, but instead, no, it's going to be the old man Deckard Cain banned out. I want to say a quick thank you for the raid from the Crushinator. Welcome into the Division A West semifinals.
Interesting. Deckard ban, an interesting one. Does this mean we see something like a Rhaegar ban? Is Deckard being banned in response to Rhaegar? Is he being banned just because of his strong point control abilities?
It's Tassadar. So do they lead off with the gray main again? That's really what they need if they want this comp to work. Without the gray main, no. Alright, so they're going to go to the Johanna, leaving the variant as no longer an option here. And doesn't need a ban this time.
Johanna, what a solid pickup here. It leaves open the ETC. 2 extremely solid tanks, both available. I'd be surprised now, actually, thinking about this, if the blue team doesn't pick up ETC in this rotation. Otherwise, he could end up being banned.
Likely would end up being banned. There's the gray main, there's the Ana, and now they're the team threatening to pick up the variant at the end of this draft. Oh boy.
And what do I know talking about bans? Yeah, I mean, interesting here. We could see a complete flip on the draft. Greymane Ana was well played. Maybe Phoenix Rising Ruby says, "All right, it's our turn, and we'll get the W this time."
Well, that's certainly what those 2 heroes selected is threatening. And it's going to be Junkrat and Hanzo. They're going to try to stay back at range with 2 very long distance. You call them mages? They're not mages, but like they play this long artillery style play. That's going to be really tough to get on top of, but does leave open something like maybe a Zeratul to threaten that backline.
This is true. I mean, and Johanna would have a difficult time if she's trying to control Phoenix Rising. That means she'll need a great distance between herself and Hanzo.
Yeah, I don't know if I like seeing those 2 picks there from Retro. It's very one-dimensional, very counterable here. Do they ban out something like a Zeratul here? I feel like they have to, but then they're going to leave open that variant.
Or the ETC. Both could be strong options. I like the Rhaegar ban coming out of Phoenix Rising Ruby. I think that's the direction that Retro was trying to go. Imperious is the ban. Possibly setting up for Aaron to have an easier time in the solo lane.
There's Orphea was banned out in game number 1. Purple going to get on a preferential mage this time. Game 1, it was that Mephisto that led the way in that late game charge to finish him out on Dragonshire. And do they want the variant? 3 seconds to make a decision here. I think they're thinking about it at least. Maybe going to hold on to it. No, Afterburn just going to go with the Diablo.
APOC into Crushing Jaws after a sleep could be a very strong combo that would allow Greymane to get so much value. Orphea too, as she deals a lot of damage with the recently popularized trait build.
There's White Mane for Altanian, and Aaron going to play the Leoric. Leoric should definitely help a bit protect this backline. Of course, White Mane with all that burst healing potential. She could help save a target. But this final pick for Mixels, does he have the gall to pick up a Zeratul here, or does he have something else in mind to play the solo lane?
I don't know. There is an opportunity to pressure those 3 very squishy heroes.
Oh. Ragnaros. All right. Game number 1, you guys came out in full support of Phoenix Rising Ruby. You selected them with 100% of your vote. I gotta ask you again, who will win Game 2? Will it be Phoenix Rising or will it be ReGen? Place your votes in chat while you can. You have 2 minutes to make a selection. Head on over to the top of your chat screen, select the team you want to win, and hit submit. Stoic, what are your thoughts after seeing these 10 heroes selected?
Oh man, this is tough. I want to give it to the team that chooses Johanna, as I want to do. But I think Phoenix Rising Ruby has got a better draft here that seems more cohesive, and I think they're going to make their lives easier and take game number 2.
All right, well, let's load on in, and Stoic, will you do the honors of introducing our blue team?
I will. In the blue trunks, Team Phoenix Rising Ruby. Winning game number 1, looking to close out the series in a 2-0 domination is Gisello playing Greymane, Afterburn on Diablo, Purple playing Orphea, Dalinor playing Anna, and Mixels on Ragnaros.
10 seconds.
And over on the red side, we got the captain, Zamibars, playing Johanna. There's Melly on Junkrat. Aaron gonna play Leoric. Splash on the Hanzo. And Altanian on the white main. Give it up for ReGen Retro. Level 1 talents up on your screen will be target practice for Hanzo. And looking at Orphea, it's Ancestral Strength selected. And, you know, this is actually interesting for the Ragnaros. Going for Sulfurious Hunters, I think, is the better choice 99% of the time. But I was expecting maybe we end up seeing the E-build coming out to give a bit more attack power onto this backline.
Yeah, I did not expect this to be a Q-build Ragnaros. But here we are.
Melly finding himself in a bit of trouble already. No concussion might be able to get away. Instead, gonna pop Purple and Afterburn over the wall. Still no first blood here on Volskaya. And no structures down early, which Phoenix Rising was able to do in game number 1 on Dragonshire. A bit slower of a start here between these two teams.
Yeah, Hanzo being a little cheeky, looking to stack that Q as fast as he possibly can here. Good dodge, using his trait to get out of Orphea's range.
Bottom lane, we have seen some damage exchanged here, with Ragnaros able to push some minions up against the wall of Leoric. And now both of our teams starting to look at their turret camps. There'll be Junkrat and Hanzo on the right. On the left, it's Greymane and Ragnaros comboing for the first turrets of the game.
Items will definitely play a big deal in this fight here, as they're always so impactful. We'll see who the first team can get the support camp will be. Zamibar is setting up in a position looking to stall rotations. If they can get ahead on rotations, which will allow them an opportunity to take the support camp. Although Phoenix Rising Ruby is up slightly in experience. Never mind. I lied. Experience swings the other way.
Well, that support camp still is active. Neither side feeling good enough about going for it yet, although Zamibars, with a bit of help from these traps, going to have some vision set up. Maybe walking onto the other side of the map, but not yet. Going to throw out a shield glare just to dismount a few heroes. Allow a bit more time for Hanzo to help clear up that mid wave. Now Diablo, maybe trying to chase down Hanzo a bit, but Altanian going to slow that down.
We've redesigned our trigger protector for combat in the next.
We'll see how much value this Whitemane can get. Anna was extremely effective in game 1 with Altanian. Whitemane going to get that more of that team fight healing. We'll see how she does. But the blue team taking this camp right in the red team's face. There's going to be a large team fight, the first of the game here, as Johanna tries to stop the channel.
Junkrat has been dropped. I don't think Johanna makes it out. She doesn't. There's the first blood of the game. Now looking for more onto Junkrat. Melly being charged, but does not hit the wall and will barely be able to walk back. A bit of help there from Whitemane, keeping Junkrat alive. But that first blood onto Johanna, great charge in from Diablo, making sure she wasn't able to stand on that point.
Yeah, definitely good zoning control there. Now blue team with a experienced lead and an item advantage. Red team's hope is that they'll have to respond top to this siege camp that they're capping right now. Otherwise, blue team is got halfway through this first objective channel.
And starting to rotate down onto Leoric as well. Here comes Orphea, throwing out some dread and making sure Aaron's not going to get a free clear onto this wave by any means. Retro, without level 7s, just now picked it up, and 80%'s the channel. Can they get here in time and stall this out?
Yeah, they'll have to be engaged on to Afterburn, who's just going to, looks like they'll just walk off and give it, knowing that they have time to come back and contest once they've taken in a fight that's to their advantage.
That's going to push a wave up onto the wall of ReGen Retro in the top lane. Greymane now making the rotation down. We have all 10 heroes waiting to get going on this control point A, with Retro now up to 22% on the channel. Chattering Teeth going to lock in Ana, but no follow-up engagement able to do anything. Here comes Afterburn looking for a charge, but did not hit a wall with that Johanna. Now popping Iron Skin. Is there enough damage from either team to find a kill? Leoric is very low. Wraith walks out, still surviving. Hansa trying to finish off Orphea. Can he get it? Yes, he will. Splash with the first kill of the game for ReGen Retro.
Yeah, Purple in a little bit of an awkward spot there, but Ana finds the kill into Whitemane here. Support on support. Leoric gets the Ana in return. Mixels will also follow this as an absolute bloodbath with 3 heroes from Phoenix Rising Ruby falling, but the red team looks very weak as well. Afterburn pushes Zambibars off. Chasilo on the Greymane, gonna get onto this Johanna as her unstoppable will end in just a moment. Will she fall?
No.
Greymane.
Leoric with the save, and might get more onto Diablo. Afterburn's going to try to run away and will barely make it out. 55%'s the channel. Here comes heroes respawning as Melly and Zammy both have to go back for health. Altanian getting here in time, going to stand on the point along with Hanzo.
You know what? We've seen this, though, before, with the blue team leading at a strong opening and the red team commanding this mid-game. We've seen this just moments ago.
And they do get back in time. Double overtime now, 99% on each side, full strength. Whoever wins this fight will get the first protector of the game. Leoric taking the first charge there from Diablo, and now Zambibar's the one in trouble, will end up falling. Didn't have Iron Skin that time to stay alive. Leoric too low on health to stay up either. A double kill once again for Phoenix Rising Ruby.
Yeah, with only these 3 skinny backliners. Blue team, Hanzo though, found it onto a wall. Can Splash make it out? Diablo almost able to follow up on that kill here. Greymane here throws out a line of abilities on this mid-wall. Takes out 2 towers. Afterburn booped over, but will be able to walk to safety.
Oh, the grenade's not enough. 600 health. Diablo is a chonky boy. Full soulstone right now. And really, that's the only thing that kept him alive. Just so much HP for Diablo.
Definitely. Now Dibbles and Greymane in this protector, looking to get this top well with 30 seconds and 50% health left. Oh, but with level 10s in the back line, Ana is taken out.
They did use that Riptire, a bit of overkill, and trying to hold it back was Melly, but destroyed by the laser beam of the Protector. Speaking of the Protector, he was able to get down that top lane fountain, going to help set up Phoenix Rising for later on in the game when we get up to control point B.
Yeah. Excuse me, yeah, Ana's a little bit vulnerable here. Oh, Blessed Shield immediately after it falls. Afterburn finding the Johanna, pushing her towards the tower, but she's unstoppable on her way out of here. Oh, Sulfurous Smash, not quite able to pop. Altanian pops. Oh, Divine Reckoning giving lots of mana to Altanian. But the red team needing to back out as Johanna's health is looking extremely low here.
Yeah, so it was a great Blessed Shield there from Zambibars trying to get some kills, but they didn't have the follow-up with the Dragon's Arrow. No other CC really available in that moment. You want to say a quick thank you over to Arrow RG, rating in with a party of 15. Welcome to the Division A West Semifinals. I know you guys were just watching Tainted Orphans and Minion Miners. If you don't mind sharing who won that game, everyone here would love to find out.
Get spoilers in the chat. Bottom lane, Mixels and Aaron duking it out. Ragnaros will make easy clear of that. Purple, though, coming down to help. But these 2 heroes are suddenly in a position where they could get... Maybe not. Maybe this is a camp steal rather than an invade.
Orphea is on the bottom side. Here comes Diablo from the top side. Melly in trouble, and now the Endless Feast. Gonna pick up 1, pick up 2. Might be 3 now onto Leoric. No. Good Spectral Leech, but it doesn't matter. Diablo finds the charge in, and a triple kill for Phoenix Rising Ruby, now up 7-5 in kills here in game number 2.
Yeah, a little bit ballsy there without some significant advantage to try to steal that camp in vision of Phoenix Rising Ruby. ReGen Retro just got put back in their place a little bit right there. As now, with heroes dead, it looks like Phoenix Rising is going to try and steal this siege camp.
We did just get word from Arrow in chat. Looks like Tainted Orphans walked away with the 2-0 victory over the Minion Miners. They'll advance on to the Division A West Finals. The winner of this matchup tonight will meet them. But since you guys already know who's making it on the other half, all the more exciting to find out who wins this.
Definitely. As here we are, blue team with a structure advantage, looking for value they can get. Jasillo setting up in this bush, looking to catch them on a rotation. Sammy Bars flashes to be safe. Recognizes there was a possible invade or a possible gank squad waiting. Leart coming up with a possible flanking angle here as he comes to this middle lane.
Holding on to that Entomb right now is Aaron. In fact, we have all of our heroics ready to go for this control point B, active in about 5 seconds. But Retro a bit behind in XP, trying to clear up this wave in the top lane, holding on to one turret. Both sides have one turret right now. I didn't see who got the support camp. Does anyone have it? It's Jasillo. Okay, so item advantage right now for Phoenix Rising.
Early channel goes over to ReGen Retro, where they will back off, giving that time. Leorix rage walking in. An incredible combo with the Entomb and the Dragon's Arrow, and the Junkrat Riptire finds 2 kills. A third is lands on the Ragnaros. Is now the team fight goes in favor of ReGen Retro as they push back Jasillo and Afterburn and resume the channel of the objective here.
Already at 17%, this will be channeling up quickly. A long time until these 3 heroes will be respawned. Is it long enough to get back here, or short enough rather, to get back here and make an attempt at stalling this out? I don't think they'll be able to. Just Diablo nearby. Greymane has split off to the mid lane, trying to keep up with XP, as Leoric also doing the duty. There's Aaron trying to soak it up for ReGen Retro.
Yeah, Diablo could stall, but it would be a very expensive maneuver, as he probably would be taken out with the 4 heroes that do remain. He does have full souls, so he is a tanky boy at this moment, but it looks like they are going to concede this second objective to try and catch some soak in other places, as they also will be in a moment down a talent tier.
The last time we saw ReGen Retro win an objective on Dragonshire, they didn't end up getting the keep down and ended up losing the game there. So we'll see if they can do any better here with this objective on Volskaya Foundry. Already taking it down to 89% health as all this poke coming out from Orphea, doing so well once again as purple.
Yeah, and a little bit of indecision here as Leoric gets in and then gets out. Johanna being there. Hanzo jumping in, who's a little bit safer of a target, leaving Leoric out to possibly have to peel full Altanian and Melee if things get a little too scary here. Johanna and Hanzo now making their way to this bottom wall.
Push back onto the Ragnaros. Remember, he is a true champion. Can hop inside that Molten Core if he needs to. Speaking of hopping out, Leoric hopped out of the Protector and ends up paying with his life now, not inside in the safety of that big giant robot. So with Leoric down, can they continue pushing? The answer is no. Now it's Altanian under pressure, Endless Feast, but what a concussion mine, knocking Orphea over the wall, and here they come looking for more.
Yep. Dragon's Arrow
on 3, concussion mine. Can he boop anything back? No. But they do find Diablo locked in. Can they get the finish on Afterburn? Yes, they can. Souls reset, and Mixels will fall as well. Another double kill there for ReGen Retro. 4 on the map, ready to siege in the bottom lane.
Excellent play, using the knockback of the Protector to put Diablo in a position where he could be body blocked and taken out. Excellent play there by Zamibar, setting up that kill, also with the Blessed Shield combo.
Splash with that Dragon's Arrow, too.
Yeah.
You can't forget about Hanzo.
Cannot forget about Hanzo.
So Afterburn now back to just 5 stacks on his Soulstone. Going to be much lower on health now. And a bit harder for Diablo to engage in this part of the game, but he's going to go for it anyway. Rooted in by Junkrat. Now, Johanna trying to run away will be able to make it out as that fort falls. Let's check out what Leoric's been up to, stalling out a wave, continuing to pick up XP, and now ReGen Retro with a 1-level lead.
Wow. This game, this series has been so back and forth. Tied structures, 5-5. Bottom lane, slight advantage towards ReGen Retro, having that fort still up and the well as well. They're looking to increase that advantage by taking the support camp. Someone needs to pick it up.
I think they're toying with them. They're like, should I pick it up? Should we go for a fight? All of our heroics back online. The kill count currently 11-8 in favor of ReGen Retro. There is the kill board. 4 for Hanzo leading the way. Riptire. Oh my goodness. Greymane is stuck out and killed. Dragon's Arrow on the backside does hit 3 targets. Here comes Aaron. Has the Entomb. Locks in 2 of them. Concussion Mine going to boot Purple out. It is a triple kill with just Mixels and Afterburn still on the map. A 3-0 for ReGen Retro, and they are immediately marching towards that bottom lane. They want a keep wall.
Yeah, wow. Leaving the camp with one taken down, they knew that if they could get the Greymane, they could snowball that fight a little bit further. A little bit slow here to respond. Sammy Bars and Altanian, not the greatest siege damage. Structure damage here, rather. Diablo looking for a push in. Splash. Not in any trouble as he has Johanna protect.
Well, they need to be careful here. A flip over the wall from Diablo could really turn this one sour. But they finally do get that wall down, so a bit easier now to siege in. Still 10 seconds till Ana and Orphea will respawn. Maybe a bit of flashbacks from game 1 when they tried to finish the keep on Dragonshire. It looks like they're going to back off a bit sooner this time. And, well, they do have level 20s. Maybe they just poked this out. They got Junkrat grenades. Did he pick up the cannonball? He did.
I think they're trying to bait out the Ragnaros trait here. If they can get Ragnaros to burn his trait, which they're not able to do, I think they're able to see if they can get more value here. Because as they grab this protector, Ragnaros will be able to use that molten core to protect that keep. Oh, possible camp steal from the blue team.
Yeah. Well, are they gonna go for a keep? Did they show? They haven't shown anywhere. So Retro has no idea what's going on, but they will see that camp flash now as they make their move back towards the bottom lane keep.
I don't know about this.
Fort
This is trading
for a keep.
This is a fort for a keep when the objective is bottom lane, and the red team could harp if they ever try to push on this keep wall. I don't know if this is.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
Yeah, interesting. Red team grabs the keep, and now this first protector can go on to core with level 20 advantage. This could be a game-ending scenario. 17 minutes in.
Already 90%. If they are able to get this protector, they have the free path onto the core. And here they come. Leoric's going to be inside the pilot seat. There goes Hanzo in the gunner seat. Backside potential flank opportunity. They're set up in the shadows. Diablo trying to figure out which direction he wants to engage from, but here he comes. Shattering Teeth going to try to chase him down. Looking for Junkrat, but he has that concussion mine. There's a big laser onto multiple targets. Already sent down below 50% health. Can they find any kills? Here comes the Riptire on 3 targets. Going to be a quick reset. There is a big giant sulfurish smash, though. Going to finish off Whitemane. Junkrat falls as well, but, Ragnaros and Orphea both fall. It's Leoric in the pilot seat trying to finish off this core. Gonna need someone to hop in the gunner. Will it be Splash? Not yet, because Diablo's charging him away. Finally inside. They're gonna try to finish this one off. 80% on the core. Zamibar is trying to stall it out. And the Punisher trying to close it out. 40%. They get the kill on Johanna. 20%, 10%. GG. Game number 2 handed over to ReGen Retro. We are going the distance, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 is up next.
Wow, that interesting call there to take out that top fort. Imagine if bottom keep would have been alive, that would have been I think that Phoenix Rising could have retreated to that keep. They also would have been more of a buffer for the core. Interesting choice there. I think the idea was a good one, but it didn't end up working out for them here.
Well, game number 2, you guys were split decision in chat on who would win. But once again, leading in kills, ReGen Retro able to, this time, find themselves a late game victory. Let's take a quick look at our talent screen before we move on to our final break of the evening. We didn't see one Molten Core that whole game, did we?
Not that I saw.
Not that I saw either. Interesting.
Yeah, that is, now that I think about it, that's very interesting. Molten Core could have been an absolute game changer in that last fight.
Well, either way, GG game 2. Get ready for game number 3. We're going to be back in about 2 minutes as we help these captains set up the lobby. One last quick word from our sponsor. Stoic, let's resume what we were just talking about. Welcome back, everyone. Game number 3 up next. We were chatting there during the break.
New subscriber has been
And quickly,
acquired.
before we get going, I want to say thank you to Kovi in chat. 5 gifted subs going out. Looks like Wono, Sukadin, Crying Hawk, TT Porky, and Soln.
A new
Welcome to
subscriber
the
has
RG
been
family.
acquired.
Stoic, continue with your thoughts about game number 2 there.
Yeah, I was saying that I think that, you know, Phoenix Rising was in a really difficult position. It was kind of a checkmate where
A
they
new
were
subscriber has been
down
acquired.
they were down that level 20 talent tier. They didn't have a keep. It was really, or the keep was low. It was really a tough spot. And I think they made a calculated risk.
A new subscriber
And like,
has
okay,
been
let's get
acquired.
the fort at the top lane. Let's possibly get that camp to push in on the keep wall. But ultimately, like, just the protector was just so strong at 17, 18 minutes in the game that it was able to.
A new
Take
subscriber
out the core.
has been acquired.
We are waiting for 2 more players to join us here for our last game of the night. Will be Sky Temple. The winner of this will move on to face Tainted Orphans in the Division A West Finals next week. It's been exciting tonight. We saw Taunt variant in game number 1 and game 2. The double range from Junkrat and Hanzo coming out from ReGen Retro. And on the other side, you know, the mage play, Mephisto game 1 and then the Orphea game 2 from Purple has been a highlight for Phoenix Rising. And overall, we've had a really exciting match so far, Stoic.
Yeah, these games as well as this series has gone back and forth. It's all going to come down to game number 3 on Sky Temple. A big map, lots of possibilities, opportunities for throws, opportunities for a steamroll. Whatever we're going to see is going to be explosive, and I'm excited.
If you guys are on the East Coast, it is now Friday morning. Thank you for staying up with us. Stoic and I, both East Coasters, wanting to hang out and watch some Heroes of the Storm. The playoffs are live and incredibly exciting here in the Nexus Gaming Series. If you want to find out more information, head on over to nexusgamingseries.org and maybe you can register for Season 10. It's going to be a little bit of a break for the off-season, but hopefully we get a large influx of new teams coming in for Season 10. A lot of exciting stuff going on, so make sure you check that out. NexusGamingSeries.org. Looks like everyone is here now, ready to go. Stoic, I hope you're ready, because I just told them we are.
I'm always ready. I live ready.
I live ready, too. We did get a shout-out from Shui in the middle of that last game. Said he has to go to bed, but, quote, let's freaking go retro. His words, not mine. Although I can't blame him. Nice words, Shui.
Let's go. Alrighty.
Game
Retro with the map pick.
Yeah, retro with the map pick this time. So first pick, just like in game number 1 for Phoenix Rising Ruby, they've banned out the Tassadar twice tonight. In game 2, they were forced to ban away Acacia. Does that change here? Sky Temple, is it a different story?
Maybe Tassadar is Tassadar is such a strong hero that can be countered, and like I think that a Tassadar ban makes sense. Greymane has been very impactful this game. A Greymane ban also definitely makes sense.
Well, Greymane, you say impactful, is 0 for 2 tonight. Lost game 1 for ReGen Retro, lost game 2 for Phoenix Rising Ruby. But has been one of those heroes we've seen early in the drafts. Game 1, it was early for Retro. Game 2 was early for Ruby. So yeah, I don't blame them on the Greymane ban. Even though he doesn't have a win, he's been a focal point of these drafts for sure.
This is true. Johanna pickup has been a winner. I mean, what a winning hero she is.
The Johanna rule in effect last game.
It never,
you should
it's
have
never
known,
wrong.
Stoic. You should have known.
I did know. It's Johanna.
Will we see the Cassia banned out? If it's not here, I think Retro is going to be forced to use their ban on her. It's going to be the Ana ban. So these are the two heroes we've seen. Greymane, Ana to lead off the drafts for the second picking team in each of those first 2 drafts. This time, both will not be an option. And now we're fully expecting to see the ban onto Cassia here. Almost 100%, I'd imagine.
If it is a Cassia ban, does Phoenix Rising Ruby pick up Tassadar as
Absolutely.
as a strong pick and as a third ban of sorts?
Absolutely. Tassadar first pick, I think 99% chance.
All right.
And if it's not, it's just going to be first pick on the other side. So they have the choice here.
Not a snap Tassadar.
Not a Snapadar.
Snapadar. Is it a Tassadar at all?
Oh, they want to go back to Purple's Mephisto. You can't blame them for this either.
No, Mephisto getting so much value in that game number 1. So maybe it's a Tassadar here. Definitely, with a big map like Sky Temple, things to think about are globals. Often picks here, Dahaka, Falstad, rise in pick rates. As well, heroes with boss control. Falstad being one of those with Gust, able to push people off a point. Instead, it's of double frontline pickups here, ETC and Leoric, allowing Mixels to maybe counter some of that Leoric in their pick rather.
Game 1, Mixels on the Imperius. Game 2, Mixels on the Ragnaros. Did the Ragnaros necessarily work against the Leoric? I don't know. I think Aaron got a lot of value at that Entomb. Really didn't credit him enough for able to lock in a few of those heroes, and especially with the help of that Junkrat Riptire to find some of those kills. It's going to be a Nubarak and Whitemane for Afterburn and Danalore.
Wow. Have not seen a Nubarak in quite some time.
I think this is going to leave open an easy selection onto something like a Raynor. Can really do some good damage onto an Anubarak. Of course, the Greymane's already banned out. He's a pretty good hero to have up against the Beetle. There's the ban onto Ragnaros. They don't want to deal with it here in Game 2. Maybe especially if they were thinking about pulling out a Lava Wave instead of that Sulfura Smash.
Yeah, interesting. Anubarak, the second lowest win rate tank in NGS Season 9. 38% win rate.
Ooh, yikes numbers.
Stitches below, just barely at 34.
Did we get hydrate requests? Are my hydrate requests not working? Okay, water. I got you. Oh, that one's empty. You gotta help me out, Stoic. There's the ban onto Rhaegar, not called out in game number 2. Was banned.
Where is my water? I am out. Sadly. When we cast for 4 hours, I gotta drink it all.
Yeah, well, I already finished a full 32 ounces. There's the Tassadar, and as you mentioned, Global picking up a bit more of draft priority on Sky Temple, especially the Falstad with the Gust for that boss. Those will be the 2 heroes for ReGen Retro.
How will Phoenix Rising respond with another Global?
Okay, that's enough water. That's really cold. This one still has all the ice in it. Lunara, Sonya, the final 2 for Jacillo and Mixels. Of course, the Lunara played in Game 1. Definitely helped out in their Game 1 victory. They're going to try to go back to it here in Game number 3. One pick remains. Needs to be a healer for Altanian.
Yeah, and somebody who's going to be able to heal quite a bit because ETC is going to have his work cut out for him trying to keep his Tassadar safe from a Lunara, from a Sonya, from a Mephisto, all heroes that can very quickly sidestep a tank and start dealing damage to backliners.
It's Tyrande?
Not what I was expecting, or what I would have been calling if I was drafting. But Tyrande, a hero who has, in the right hands, can do excellent work. Also a low win rate hero, though, in NGS Season 9 with a just barely over 40% win rate. So definitely some interesting picks here in this game number 3.
I think I'm getting the Blastoise emoji in chat now. Are you casting the Hydrate ability from Blastoise? I get it now. Okay. Very cute. I appreciate it, too.
I love it.
So I actually have seen this Tyrande from Altanian. I think it was actually on Sky Temple as well. I'm fully expecting the full Sentinel build. And it does some chunking if Altanian's able to do what he was able to do when I last saw this happen. Game number 3. Please take the honors once again, Stoic.
If you wish to.
Alrighty. Our blue team. Map number 3. Game number 3. Match point for both directions. Phoenix Rising, Ruby. Looking to close this out and continue forward. It is Afterburn playing Anubarak. Purple back on Mephisto. Justillo on Lunara. Mixel's playing that Sonya. And Danalore on Whitemane on Sky Temple.
And over on the red side, it's Altanian playing the Tyrande Splash on Falstad. Aaron once again on Leoric. There's Zammy on ETC. And in the bottom lane, it is Melly on the Tassadar. Give it up for the number 3 seed here in Division A West. They're known as ReGen Retro.
You were right. It is going to be a Sentinel type. What's her name? Tyrande already hitting that first Sentinel, dealing 436 damage to Lunara.
Oh, it hurts. It chunks. And this is what we saw Game 1 out of Phoenix Rising Ruby. Try to get some early pressure off onto these towers. Already getting the top one here in the bottom lane. Down to below 50% health. That's exactly the game plan that helped them win over on Dragonshire. They're going to try to do it again here on Sky Temple.
Yeah, maybe a Nubarak band here, or picked up here, not only for the stuns, but also for the ability to create those beetles to soak up some tower shots.
No first blood yet. An early XP lead for ReGen Retro as they're going to get to work on their siege camp. No bribe here for Falstad, instead going into the Seasoned Marksman. I think a good tech pick up against that Anubarak. The auto attacks are definitely going to help out, finishing off the bug. Any picks on the left side we'd like? I see a natural perspective grabbed for Lunara, and it looks like it might be the Nerubian armor build, the Carapace, for a Nubarak. A little later on, can get additional movement speed, can help get on top of some of this backline, especially that Castor you mentioned could be under a lot of pressure from a few of these heroes.
Yeah, you know what? A Nubarak can burrow in, Sonya can follow, Lunara can get there quickly, and Mephisto can shade in very quickly, bringing a fight directly onto Tassadon.
Aaron already taken down to 50% health, gonna have to clear out these Siege Giants, which are were targeted on the wall, but changed their focus. Up top, ReGen Retro sieging onto the wall with a Bruiser Camp, and it's just Sonya here in response. The rotations having to come out from Lunara and a Nubarak, but they're not here yet. Mixels might be first blood, and is.
Oh my gosh, if pre-objective they can get some damage on this fort, this is going to be an incredible value for them, as the first objective is just going to be able to finish off his top fort.
Sammy under pressure. There's the wall to keep him safe. And everyone from ReGen Retro is able to disengage the fight. Big Sentinel coming from downtown. I think that one did hit onto Mephisto. But 15 seconds away from our first temple phase. And as you mentioned, if ReGen Retro is able to grab this top temple, they could be in a pretty good spot to get the first fort of the game down. But EPC under pressure has the power slide away. That burrow charge barely missing Zammy bars would have been enough to help lock him in and get that kill.
Yeah, excellent. Also job by Altanian, getting that stun on to Afterburn, making him second guess his choice to step up. But here, they've all that damage on that fort. The fort is still alive, and blue team is channeling this top objective.
Yeah, they're going to get through at least one of those towers. Now going to target onto the wall. Here comes Splash up. With Mephisto in the bottom lane, they don't have their mage with them. Instead, it's Sonya up here right now. So here comes ReGen Retro looking for a fight.
Yeah, Splash forced to back up. Afterburn, though, out of mana. Jasillo out of mana as well. This is going to be this fight better end quickly, or else they're going to be in trouble, not able to use their abilities.
Altanian trying to auto-attack as much as possible, as Splash looking for the finish with that lightning rod, not able to get the kill. Now might have to have a barrel roll to get back to safety. Up on the point, Sonya almost getting all of it herself. Now finally ReGen Retro able to move in. Power slide not going to connect onto Mixels. Will pop that whirlwind and does make it out. Purple now in the fray, trying to get in here for a finish. Can't find one. Temple complete. Now with Leoric standing on the mid, he'll finish that off. But I think overall shots in advantage for ReGen Retro.
Oh, definitely. Both of these top and middle fort definitely in danger of just getting rotated on and taken down. A strong showing to start the game.
Only one kill so far. Let's take a look at our kill board. It is Tyrande with the first of the game, connecting from a distance there onto Whitemane. And didn't continue the Sentinel build. I think there's a pick at 7, right? I'm not a Tyrande master. I know she's been changed around a lot. Might be 13 that she has the talent I'm thinking of.
I'm not sure. I stopped playing Tyrande when they nerfed the Owl build the first time. It used to be so fun to just get those cross-map no-scopes.
There's Leoric and a Wraith walk away and use that fountain again is Aaron. Both sides picking up their siege camps. They're going to be pushing that bottom lane as Retro's crossing over level 8 into level 9 now.
Yeah. Retro needs to be, or Phoenix Rising Ruby needs to be very careful about how they push, because demonstrating 4 on the bottom could be a rotation that takes out an entire fort, mid or top.
Well, they're going to be able to get through this wall in both the towers now with Melly, Aaron, and Altanian here in defense. Is that enough with EPC holding down the mid lane and Faltet up top trying to finish off a fort? The fort will go down. Yes, it will. But I think this bottom fort could also be under pressure. It might fall.
You're right. Siege Giants getting on. ETC going to have to try and step up to be able to push them off. We'll be able to finally clear these 2 Siege Giants. Fort with about 80% life remaining. But now structure advantage decidedly in favor of ReGen Retro, as they have a level 10 advantage as well.
We haven't mentioned Block Party at level 1 for ETC yet. I think it's going to do a bit of extra help, especially against this Sonya. And we also see the Lunara. can help stall out some of that damage as we see our second temple of the game is now active. Zami Bars with level 10. He picked up that mosh pit. Maybe was looking for something there, but only found it in Nubrak. There's the leap in, but the quick gust from Splash trying to keep ETC alive, but Altanian inside that cocoon not able to pop out any heals.
Yeah, wow. Zamibar is so low, not able to follow up on the aggressive positioning of the blue team because of his low health bars. And Altanian so low that they also can't auto-attack as Tyrande to get the healing CDR. Tough spot here.
But all the while, get this up top. Big wave with a catapult and a bruiser camp getting ready to move onto a keep wall. And I think Aaron is ready to march this one in. They're going to give up this bottom temple. A lot of damage for Phoenix Rising Ruby heading over to the structures of ReGen Retro. But if they're able to get anything done onto this keep wall, might be a worthy trade. Here comes Sonya in defense.
Yeah, I think you're right here. The structure's still in favor of ReGen Retro. And every damage onto these towers is... not only is it permanent, but is a further advantage in these temple phases.
I completely missed the kill down at the bottom. Lunara has fallen. And now Retro is going to be able to get control of this bottom temple. All the while, Sonya's up top. That wall did fall. And ETC channeling off onto this bottom lane. More value, and even at mid, Leoric still trying to continue split pushing.
Yeah, Leoric getting so much value here, causing that rotation up. And still, the threat still exists to get this mid fort. But a boss has been called. Zami Bars and Melly already on it. Splash going to add his damage as an Altanian. Aaron rotating down to make sure that there is some warding happening. Lunara Wisp going to scout this out. Will it be too late?
No, it's not too late. They see it. They're sending everyone down now. Nubrak's here. They still have the Gust. Splash is going to hold it and wait for the last minute. There's the wall, keeping everyone back for now. There's the Gust. Leap in, and the Gust is on the money. Excuse me, I said Gust previously. I meant the Cocoon. And now, speaking of a Nubrak, big play trying to charge in will end up falling. Moshpit onto 3 on the backside. Here comes Leoric trying to slow them down with a big swing of the mace, and will be able to. Purple's going to fall as well. A triple for ReGen Retro. Boss on the map, make it 4. Just Sonya's still alive. They'll trade out a Leoric for a boss and a quad kill any day.
Oh my gosh. That ETC Mosh was in such a position that the Lunara landed right in it. Oh my gosh. What a team wipe. Or almost team wipe. What a team fight.
Siege Giants boss in the bottom lane is going to mean a fort. Mid lane fort, the only one still standing, but looks like they might be rotating to finish that off. Mixel's the only hero here right now on that Sonya. There it goes. Bridge of Death is the pivot point of this fight. But ReGen Retro able, or at least willing to try to walk down it, or will they? No, they're going to back up.
Yeah, but you know what? This sets them up so well. All this damage here onto this bottom fort will mean that this bottom objective will get this keep wall. Maybe not quite as much as I thought they would. But bottom objective still will clear out this wall for a possible future boss in 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
There's the wall from Cassadar, going to try to give him a bit more space to get out of here. They did pick up their Siege Giants, but quickly going to be started up to be killed by Lunara. Actually, they back away. Bottom temple looks like Falstead's going to hop on. Leoric standing nearby on the vision towards this mid-side temple. And we'll try to pressure off the Sonya. A bit safer of a hero with that Wraith Walk. We'll pop it there as he sees a Nubrak starting to charge in. Is this enough to finish off a keep for Falstead down here in the bottom? I don't think so. It's going to get through the wall and maybe some damage onto that keep, but it won't finish it off.
Yeah, I don't think it will either. Red team though just wanting to protect this Falstead, has an advantageous position, willing to trade temples here.
There's the Cocoon onto ETC. Durance of Hate's not going to hit anything because he's inside that Cocoon. There's the Archon picking up the kill onto Whitemane, and without Whitemane, that's going to mean more Mephisto's down. Sonya trying to stay alive, leaping away to safety. Mixels does make it out, but the Shock Ray, and here comes Leoric with the big swing. Falstead with the far flight, trying to find a good Gust target. It's a Nubrak for now. There he is into a wall. Can they finish her off? Yes, they will. A Nubrak is down. I called her a Nubrak or her. I'm sorry. Nubrak is a big beastly man. Excuse me.
Oh, team fights very favoring here for ReGen Retro. They are just putting the hurt on the Phoenix Rising Ruby.
Mosh Pit on 1 is just Lunara here, and she can't live. Cleanse comes out, but it doesn't matter. ETC will end up falling. Nice work by Purple. But can they save this? Keep Siege Giants here. Temple shot still coming. First keep of the game is down, and they even are able to get some bonus shots at mid as well. ReGen Retro with the structure lead and a 2-level lead currently. 11-2 on kills, and let's take a quick peek at those. 4 in the game for Splash on this Falstead.
Wow. You know what? There is 1 keep, 2 keeps, 1 well, 1 tower. There are 4 structures remaining for Phoenix Rising Ruby. They need to make sure that they get every single objective from here on out. They need to find a way to get a team wipe during this next double temple phase.
So Oltanian has answered my question about where the talent I was thinking of. Right there, Harsh Moonlight picked up, and then at level 16, Empower has been selected. So that's going to do some percentage damage now, although, like, yeah, I guess Sonya can, and New Barak, maybe percentage damage good against them, but either way, this Tyrande build now online past level 16. And we'll see if Oltanian's able to hit any of these targets.
Yeah. He's just throwing them. He's just yeeting these owls across the map at a surprising cooldown as well. I mean, these owls come out pretty quick. Providing vision and good damage. Will this one connect? It's like a mini game.
Falstead currently at 33 stacks on that seasoned marksman. Of course, late game will definitely help him out in some of these team fights. Ooh, wow. You see just how much those chunk every time it can hit. A Nubrak just popping Carapace for the hell of it. It's like, hey, hopefully nothing else is coming my way.
Yeah, needs to. Yeah, you know, you mentioned that quest will get to the late game. There's a possibility this game does not go into the late game. 11 kills to 2, up, you know, almost 2 full levels. Use ReGen Retro. Top Temple alone should take out this top keep.
Well, someone's going to have to respond in the bottom lane. Catapults and Siege Camp approaching the core of Phoenix Rising. Eventually, like I said, someone's going to have to go back and deal with that. And all the while, ReGen Retro are going to start working on a temple, and Phoenix Rising, they know it. They know they cannot wait. They have to take a fight. There's the Cocoon on the Tastar. ETC is going to try to pop it loose, as well as Tyrande there. And they are able to get away, but there's the leap from Sonya trying to hold them steady. Gus coming out from Falstead. Durance of 8 hitting 1, and look at a Nubrak so low now, stuck inside the Entomb. Splash is falling low. There's the Starfall from Tyrande trying to make sure there's a zone they can't walk through. Purple starting to shade in with Mephisto. Will they get the kill on Leoric? Yes, they will. Zammy now trying to step in, trying to get the finish on Danalore. Instead, it's Tyrande with the kill. A 1-for-1. Now Purple stuck on the wrong side of a wall. Has to be careful. And Retro's going to try to reset this fight. Let's take a look at what's going down. Oh my god, Purple, 200 health. Will end up falling. Tyrande with a big Sentinel, slowing him down. He couldn't get away.
Oh my gosh.
And Sonya's back at base.
Yeah, I had to clear those Siege Giants who had almost made their way through the shielding on the core.
Afterburner coming in from Falstead, looking to hit that hammer, doesn't, but the temples are active. Zammy Bar's on it. There's the leap. Falstead in trouble. Leaping Strikes does get the kill, but it's a double mosh pit, quickly interrupted by the Cocoon. And this could be trouble for Altani and this Tyrande.
Yeah, I think Falstead a little bit too aggressive there, gets caught out, which actually is going to nullify some of the advantage here, and Blue is going to get the channel on this bottom alpha for a moment.
Power slide in. There's the follow-up. Ooh, barely surviving, but the Sentinel gets the kill!
Yeet!
What?
You know.
They got both the temples again. Their structures are still standing, and Phoenix Risings are all falling. This might be the final keep down after bonus shots up top.
I think you're right. I think this top keep, this middle keep will fall. Afterburn is probably seething in comms as that Tyrande owl just flapped its wing and a Nubarek fell. Another owl yeeted through, chunked Sonya for 25% of her health.
Boss is an option on the map, but Retro are going to play it safe for now. They do have the level 20 talent tier advantage. You see the Nexus Frenzy selected for Falstead, just 1 stack away on Seasoned Marksman from having that online.
couple camps available, both sides trying to grab what they can, but really it's only ReGen Retro with one available on their half of the map. As well as their siege camp up next, just a quarter level away for Phoenix Rising to be at level 20.
Yeah, it's interesting here. ReGen Retro playing it safe, not wanting to engage in an unfavorable moment and wanting to, allow these lanes to push. But every second puts, Phoenix Rising Ruby back closer to level 20, allowing them to possibly take a favorable engage. Getting that level 20 Mimic would be strong.
They got eyes on Sonya top lane. That might be the signal they want to start working on this boss or potentially looking for a fight. Tyrande going to continue trying to scout out where everyone's at. Leoric makes the rotation down. And that Seasoned Marksman's online. Falstad is ready to go now at level 20. Here's the the power slide through, and the burrow charge out from Afterburn. He's still alive for now. Archon has been popped. There's a wall to keep everyone where they are. Bruiser Camp approaching the core, and Phoenix Rising is going to have to be careful here.
Yeah, ultimately in favor here of Phoenix Rising Ruby. They've only used Cocoon. They still have 4 available.
They're going for the boss.
Yeah.
Purple's going to have it scouted. Could be in trouble here. Lunar Flare not going to hit. Still thinking about this boss. Melly at least trying to keep that Archon active, but it will expire. Tassadar now in normal Tassadar form. Sonya's still up top. Here comes Zami. There's the mosh pit onto 2. Afterburn low pops that Carapace still alive. Getting a lot of help there from Whitemane. The Divine Reckoning keeping everyone alive that time.
Yeah, Sonya wasn't there for that. She's now back part of it, but you're forced again to clear 3 catapults and 2 siege giants in this bottom lane. But the temple has become channeled, and Core has now lost its shield.
Entomb's going to just split them, not getting a kill. In fact, actually, I'm sorry, Lunara ends up falling. There's the Gust. Zamibar still trying to walk in, does not have a mosh pit for 85 seconds. Leoric is here too, trying to reduce all of this damage coming out from Phoenix Rising. But Sonya wants to get the kill onto something. Afterburn trying to go in the temple. Stuck out all alone. The Beetle is down. It's a 2-for-1. Leoric has fallen. There's the leap with the upgrade at level 20 for Mixels, but he's stuck inside of all the damage from Falstead. A triple kill for Retro. Can they close it out? Whitemane is down. Purple, the only one still standing. I think this is the beginning of the end. A mega kill for ReGen Retro. Catapults on the core. And the temple is still active, Stoic.
Yeah, I would say this is the end of the end as Falstad will fly in here and begin the assault, escorting these catapults. That is going to be GG's in chat as the core drops to 0. ReGen Retro takes it. Game 3, the reverse sweep in action.
Wow. Stoic, we casted 2 sets tonight, and in both sets, it was a reverse sweep.
It has been some intense playoff action here in Season 9.
NGS is on fire. What a set if you're a fan of ReGen. Let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. I think it's easy for me that MVP in game number 3. Yeet!
Tyrande definitely had some absurd damage there. Unexpected damage coming out of Tyrande as she's 3rd in the game, just slightly behind Tassadar even. Tyrande, sleeper pick. The reason she's got a low win rate is because Altanian isn't playing her every time.
Let's take a look at the talent screen as I try to figure out who wants to join me for an interview. Try to reach out to Retro and see who's available right now. Looks like they're all still in their channel. Well, Stoic, wow. Anything else before we leave this game number 3 stat screen?
No, I think again, I think ReGen put Phoenix Rising in a kind of a macro checkmate, forcing them to make a decision that could only end in a bad way. And because Retro didn't make any mistakes when it mattered most, they were able to just take a W twice.
All right, we're going to head on over to the NGS Lobby 1. I will meet you there, Stoic. Melly, how are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Oh my god, that was a interesting set to say the least. An exciting finish for sure. But overall, how is Retro feeling right now?
Pretty good, man. Everyone was super stoked. Those were some intense matches.
Let's rewind a bit. Game number 1, you guys bring out the Division A classic taunt variant, and you executed it very well, but just a bit of a misstep there at the end with the Dragonite. Walk me through the game. Walk me through what went wrong at the end.
I think everybody, it was too much indecisiveness at the end. We had a couple call-outs to get the pick, and I think it was a couple mechanical errors that seemed to kind of help them turn that around.
Yeah, it seemed like game number 2, they kind of threatened the same opening of the draft. They grabbed that Greymane that you played in game 1, and then they also had the Ana that Altanium was playing, and we're both looking at each other like, are they about to just steal away the same draft from Retro? Are they going with the taunt variant? But it didn't seem like you guys were too worried. You pick up a Junkrat and a Hanzo in response. Is that directly because you were thinking the variant might have been coming out?
No, it had nothing to do with variant. We wanted a kind of control comp and take advantage of Junkrat and Hanzo poke with Johanna kind of just sitting in front of us. And it's a very objective-oriented map, so we wanted to make sure we were able to challenge the objectives.
Stoic, what'd you see on those first 2 maps that really stood out to you?
My first is mostly, it's in the draft, game 1 draft. At what point, I mean, was it always going to be taunt variant? Or if not, at what point did you decide, oh, we can get a ton of kills with taunt variant here?
Well, we basically thought it was a good map for it. It's the triangle and the bot shrine. They took advantage pretty well early game, but we thought that we would be able to kind of control the map a bit more and get some easy picks. ETC can't really do a whole lot, so it seemed kind of like a shoe-in.
It definitely was. So many kills there, just blow up after blow up after blow up. Incredible timing of abilities there. It looked very clean and very well practiced.
Yeah, we're fairly familiar with that comp, and I think everybody kind of knows that.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons it was surprising that you got so many of those picks. That the comp is a little more than one dimensional, but still able to confirm so many kills there, even when they knew it was coming.
Yeah, there's honestly not a ton you can do about it, and I think we understand how to play the macro with it, and I think they also they kind of took advantage of our limits, and they did pretty well that game to kind of shut down what we were trying to do, because in the end, obviously the kills didn't matter, and we weren't able to pressure what we needed to with getting those picks.
Yep, that is a good assessment there.
So yeah, like we said, game number 2, you guys switched it up a bit. You went with the heavy backline. I was thinking maybe they wanted to play a Zeratul into the Hanzo and Junkrat. They didn't end up taking anything to threaten that backline. Instead, we ended up seeing a Ragnaros and then the Orphea coming out from purple. Not really the direction I thought they were going. Did you guys feel as though they maybe left a little bit more to be desired from their draft, and you guys maybe got away with having those 2 kind of squishy backliners?
Yeah, Altanian did make a note of that, and it was something that we had kept in mind. Maybe we were a little indecisive in draft, and probably shouldn't have picked up Junkrat and Hanzo in the same rotation, but fortunately it worked out. I'm personally, I mean, I don't think that they played Zeratul. From the scouting we did, so that wasn't something that was on our mind.
Okay. Well, the big game number 3, Sky Temple, it seems like everything finally comes together for ReGen Retro. From start to finish, you guys had the lead. Structurally, kills, everything seemed to be working, and a lot of it really
on the backs of the guy you just mentioned, Oltanian, with that Sentinel build Tyrande. I saw it earlier this season, but you want to talk about it really quick?
We had a couple options for healer, and we didn't really want to fight. They didn't draft enough wave clear, and so we needed to play macro because of the way they drafted. So we kind of decided that about midway through draft, and our healer just didn't really matter. I don't think we could have picked up a few different things, and he figured that he'll just go with the Sentinel build with Tyrande, and Whitemane is going to struggle with that a little bit out of combat. So once we took our number advantage fights, we had a little bit of an advantage going into a 5v4.
Stoic, what do you got about that game number 3? What was your highlight moment you saw?
I think the highlight moment began when Tyrande shot that first arrow and dealt 436 damage to Mephisto at 1 second in the game.
Yeah,
and I was shocked, reminded of old Tyrande 2018. I think the highlight for me was just I guess I have one question, not a highlight. When they began game 3 the same way they began game 1, was there any moment of like hesitation of like, oh no, they're gonna win this one as well, or was there just complete confidence throughout?
Absolutely not. I mean, we're pretty confident going into that game. We just needed to stay organized and play the macro game well, and everyone did an insane job communicating throughout that entire game. So I think we beat them pretty handily on the chess match there.
Well, Melly,
it definitely was a chess match.
Melly, I'm about to pull up the brackets. We did get information in chat earlier that the Tainted Orphans knocked off the Minion Miners. You'll be facing them next week in the Division A West Finals. Any thoughts and maybe a bit of a preview as you guys get ready for that match? What are your thoughts on what's going to happen there?
I mean, thoughts. I guess we're gonna win. I don't know. I'm not. Obviously, every team in this division can take matches off each other, but I think we're all pretty confident that we're going to push our way to the finals, but take it one game at a time.
All right. Well, I have no further questions, Your Honor. Stoic, do you have any?
No, well played. Good game and good luck.
I do
Thanks
want
a
to
lot,
say
guys.
a quick shout out in chat to Covey, who's been here all night, the fantastic founder of Phoenix Rising. And really, I have nothing but the best things to say about that org. I'm sure Melly and the rest of ReGen Retro the same. It was a well-fought season series against Ruby, and tonight definitely lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it was an intense series, and they played really well. It was really fun. Shout outs. Sorry, I'll interrupt you, I guess. Shout out to you and Stoic for casting. Shout out to the ReGen organization and NGS and all my teammates, and for the sick Tyrande owl kill at the end of the match.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you stopping in for the interview. Definitely looking forward to next week's matchup. I'll do my best to try to pick that one up, Melly. I can't make any
Hope you do.
promises. We'll see what happens. But
Hope
thanks,
you
thanks for joining us for the interview, and go celebrate with the team.
Thanks a lot, guys. Catch you later.
Alrighty.
I'm back.
All right, Stoic is back. Welcome back. Thank you for casting basically all night with me, 8 until 1. Yeah. Wow, you're a trooper.
I would be a trooper if it were hard or something I didn't want to do. But what would I rather be doing on a Thursday night than watching some incredible Heroes of the Storm action coming out of NGS?
We got some great ones tonight for sure. 2 back-to-back game number 3s in both those sets. Both of them end up being reverse sweep victories for the lower-seeded team. Congrats earlier to Die for Vision, and congrats there to ReGen Retro. They're both moving on to the Coastal Finals which will be kicking off next week. Remember, if you want to follow the action, head on over to nexusgamingseries.org for all the brackets, all the information. And yeah, if you're here, make sure before you go, you hit that follow button. Make sure you stop over to my man Stoic's channel, HLS Stoic, on Twitch and Twitter, of course. Any other thoughts? Any other things? I think that's it, Stoic, right?
I think that is it.
We're tired. It's late. It's like almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I got an early meeting in the morning. I'm ready for bed.
I'm ready for bed too. So without any further ado, I've been Murda. He's been Stoic. You guys have been fantastic, and we'll see you in the Nexus. And there's the tranquility again from Alperian, keeping targets up as Ragnaros landing a 4-man Sulfurous Smash. Durance of Hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak. Make it a quad kill set up by that East.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubrack, 4 at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5 for nothing.
What a play! Oh my God! Somebody please clip that.